Today on SIMR, we review a Christmas classic, Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life, starring Jimmy Stewart as George Bailey and Donna Reed as Mary Bailey. I may have just given away a spoiler right there. Mary Hatch. Don't read into that. Okay. George Bailey is a small-town boy with big-time dreams of seeing the world. However, throughout his life, he's left with choices that prevent him from leaving the cozy life of Bedford Falls. He makes sacrifices for his kid brother. He gets distracted by a smart and pretty girl. Or he decides to take over the family business when his father passes away, so the evil Mr. Potter doesn't turn the town into slums. George Bailey wants to make his mark, be important, but he just can't catch a break. He does the right thing over and over again, and despite gaining the affection of a lovely wife and a beautiful family, at least from George's point of view, people may be happier without him around. What would happen if you could see a world where your life wasn't in it? I know some people. That's just the gift a troubled George Bailey receives when Clarence, his guardian angel, grants him a glimpse of what life would be like without him. Uh-oh. This timeless tale is a must-watch every holiday season. If you believe in angels, start ringing some bells, because this Christmas classic is a must-see. We're going to discuss it all when we analyze and give out our final grades. What can I say about it? It's a Wonderful Life. Classic. This is a must-watch holiday movie for every holiday. Valentine's Day, Easter, Veterans Day, Lent, Ash Wednesday, and Christmas. Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, they nail their roles. Their chemistry is magnetic. Frank Capra, he is, before Spielberg, this is the guy that created magic in cinema. He had other movies with Jimmy Stewart. One is called You Can't Take It With You. That's another brilliant movie. But Frank Capra, he's had several. Google him. You'll like almost every movie that he's made. He's an old school director for an old school classic. I would probably rank this one as my top movie of all time, not just Christmas movie. It's right there with Back to the Future. In Back to the Future, I mean, they compete for 1A and 1A. So you got a Spielberg movie and you got a Capra movie. Spielberg, Zemeckis, and Capra, Jimmy Stewart. For the grade on this bad boy, let's see here. Let me go over the points real fast. One, the actors. Fabulous, right? Jimmy Stewart is one of the ranked as the top actors of all time. Donna Reed, she had the Donna Reed Show for several years. If you're a fan of Nick at Night, I'm sure you've seen the Donna Reed Show. As I said, Frank Capra directed several movies. He was one of the top directors of his era. And the other thing I'll say is this movie, it started off, and it debuted in 1946 and was a classic at the time. But it wasn't getting the same kind of notoriety that other films of that era got, simply because it wasn't necessarily a war film. In the mid-40s, 1942 to 1945, we were in the midst of World War II. So a lot of the movies and a lot of the propaganda at that time were all war. And this one really didn't get into the angst of war. It was more of a feel-good Christmas movie about life and appreciating what you have, right? And that's exactly what George Bailey does. And Jimmy Stewart plays him perfectly as this gentle, loving, sacrificing character that gives up his dreams for other people's dreams. And I mean, what better kind of friend or person would you like to meet than a guy like George Bailey that's willing to give up more of himself for others? I mean, that's the holiday spirit right there, right? The giving, not just giving presents, giving of your time, sacrificing of your future. That's what he does. He sacrifices his future for his brother, for his father, for his family, for his friends. I mean, every time this guy's met with a choice, he chooses the right one. And even at the end, wait until you see this. Watch the whole movie. I know a lot of you have probably seen it because it's always on Christmas and they repeat it over and over again. But I bet you not all of you have watched it all the way through. And if you watch it all the way through, then you get it right at the end. You find out what Christmas is really about, right? And it's not about presents. It's about giving and sacrificing. So if you take that with you and you watch it every Christmas and you think about it, then I think you'll have a great holiday season and you're welcome in an amazing new year. So my final grade for this movie, I already said it was like one of my top ever. It's got to be 100%, A+. Well, thanks for watching. And remember, if it's cool and hot, it simmers.